Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Club Bed. We are going to clear our chakras tonight using a different technique than we've been using. We're going to use some words or affirmations, but you don't have to say anything. All you have to do is listen, and your subconscious will pick up on the words. I'm going to be describing each chakra, and as I describe the chakras, I'm going to give you the word for the chakra as it is known in Sanskrit. Sanskrit. That is a language, a classical language of South Asia. You'll see a lot of very, very old Buddhists and Hindu texts, historical texts or historical books, philosophies in Sanskrit. In fact, Sanskrit, they call it the sacred language of Hinduism. So, we are going to begin tonight with the root chakra. By the way, you may not have noticed, but on the channel page, I posted a picture of a sample of an ancient Sanskrit text so you can see how beautiful the language looks. So we're going to begin with the root chakra. The Sanskrit name for the root chakra, which is an area, an energy center around the base of your spine, is Muladhara or Muladhara. So Mula means root, M-U-L-A, and Adhara means to support or to base something. So Muladhara, M-U-L-A-D-H-A-R-A, Muladhara, or Muladhara. Anyway, it's located at the base of the spine, and we have been imagining it as being a very ruby red area. It's associated with your tailbone and your legs and your kidneys and other organs down there. The element of Muladhara is earth. And the mantra that you're supposed to chant is Lam, L-A-M. So people like, one of the things that you can do to clear this chakra is to have some gemstones or crystals lying around. There is some science behind crystals, by the way. It's that the energy moves through crystals in a certain way because of the makeup of the crystal. So here are some types of crystals that you can buy. I think they're $3 or $4 each at your spiritual store, local spiritual store. Bloodstone. That's easy to remember because blood is red. Well, when it hits oxygen, it is anyway. Red jasper. Black tourmaline. Onyx. Smoky quartz. The one that I like the most is smoky quartz, and I'll tell you why. You can get what's called a smoky quartz tower, and it stands up, and if you're ever buying a present for a bachelor, for a man who only wants to have masculine looking stuff around his apartment. A great thing to buy as a housewoman would be just a giant, well, it doesn't have to be giant, but a smoky quartz tower that he could put just right in the middle of his coffee table, because of course it would attract all the women, the spiritual women, and he wouldn't even know why. But anyway, and it would clear his root chakra, which is really important for men, I think. Anyway, it's important for women too, but I find that women have less of a problem with this. Okay, so let's talk about the root chakra. So instead of doing a visualization tonight, I'm going to feed some affirmations into your subconscious. So you don't have to repeat these because your subconscious mind is going to pick up, okay, on these. All right, so another way that you can clear this chakra, by the way, is to just type into YouTube while you're cooking or whatever. Or if you're doing something in the kitchen and or working and you don't want to be distracted too much. If you type in 396 hertz pure tone and just turn it down on a very low volume, that is the frequency at which this energy center vibrates at, or at which it vibrates, 396 hertz. It's associated with the emotion, by the way, of joy, and turning grief into joy. Anyway, I'm going to feed some affirmations into your subconscious to clear this chakra now. You are secure. You are safe. You are grounded. You are stable. You are comfortable. I just thought of a good visualization for this. I want you to think of how a dog looks when it's curled up. You know how they curl up into a ball when they're sleeping and they're really, really dead asleep. I remember 2 months ago I was staying in a hotel. I was in the middle of a move. So I was in a hotel room for almost a month, actually. Gosh, it was fun. I could live in a hotel. But anyway, so one of my friends, as it happened, she had a big fight with her boyfriend. So she moved into the hotel for 3 or 4 nights. And in fact, she was still there when I left, but I might move back in there. But anyway, she had her little dog with her. You might have seen the dog on some of my, some nights I had to dog sit for her because she had to work. She had this crazy work schedule. So her dog, Frankie, she kept, it's a small looking dog, but boy, is the dog heavy. It was backbreaking carrying her around. But anyway, when I was doing my readings, she, especially the live ones, she would curl up into this ball and she would fall into this incredibly deep sleep. And it was so difficult to wake her up at the end of the night. I actually had to carry her down to the first floor to bring her back to my friend. Anyway, but if you think of how safe and grounded these dogs are when they curl into this ball and they absolutely refuse to wake up, I'm sure that they're feeling stable, comfortable, content, calm, belonging exactly where they are. You feel the earth supporting you beneath you. You feel connected to the earth. You feel safe in your body. And you will always be provided for. And you can always and will always take care of yourself. You have everything you need right now. Yes, you do. You can find comfort in stillness. You have the means to take care of yourself. And you are really comfortable in this present moment. Let's move up to the sacral chakra. Now this is going to be a challenge to pronounce this in Sanskrit. Let me spell the Sanskrit name first. Svadhishthana. No joke. So SVA means self, okay? And the second part of it, SHTHANA, means place. I am going to attempt this. Just a moment. Svadhisthana. Svadhisthana. I'm probably nowhere near being correct, but anyway. So the place of the self, I'm guessing that this would be. So this, I'm looking at one of these Vedic guides, and by this woman, Zana Keithley. She's really good. She says it's below your, yes, it is below your navel. I like to think of it as being between your hips. Below your, hang on, I'm just going to check this out. Yeah, okay, I think she would agree with me that it's equidistant between your hips. Okay, anyway, it's below your belly button. Put it that way. It's orange. So, all right, so some of the gemstones that you could purchase at your local spiritual store to clear this chakra would be jasper, red tiger's eye, carnelian, coral, orange calcite, fire opal. Those are just a few, okay? One of the oils, essential oils, that you could burn in your diffuser is bergamot. That's the same fruit that they use to make Earl Grey tea. It's absolutely delicious smelling, and I love the way Earl Grey, and also orange oil, cinnamon. Anyway, this energy center vibrates at 417 hertz. And I'm going to give you some, I'm going to feed you some affirmations for this one. You are creative. Your creativity is endless. It's safe to express yourself. You deserve to be joyful, and you really do. You deserve to have pleasure. Your feelings are valid. You accept your feelings as they are. You accept the flow of life. You accept that things change, including you. You honor your sensuality. You honor your ability to express yourself. You are independent. All right. That was the one we usually use, is buying the orange in the grocery store. All right. So let's move up to the solar plexus. So this is your personal power chakra, or the miniature sun that is sort of, right now let's see where she says that it is. She says, just a moment, a couple of inches above the navel, below the chest. She said you might associate this with the pit of your stomach. Now, I kind of think it's a little bit higher up, but anyway, I'll let you decide, okay? It is an energy center. So, depending on, some people have short bodies and long legs. Some people have long legs, short bodies. The energy center is where it is on your body. With me, I find that this area is right in the middle of my rib cage. So it might be in a different place for other people, for you. I'm short, so it could be in a different place in your body for you. So this is like a miniature sun. Oh, let's do the Sanskrit name for this one. This one is a little easier. Manipura, which means city of jewels. Isn't that interesting? Okay, sometimes translated as lustrous gem. Okay, it's yellow. This is associated with your pancreas, stomach, liver, and gallbladder. Interesting. All right. So the gemstones you could buy to clear this one are citrine. It's kind of a see-through crystal. Topaz, yellow jasper, tiger's eye, as opposed to the one for the sacral was red tiger's eye, I think, yeah. And the essential oils, some of them, this is just a few. Lemongrass, I love that essential oil. I don't have any left. I should buy some of that. Anyway, so this one vibrates at 528 hertz. And I'm going to feed you some affirmations now that might be helpful. This is your personal power or solar plexus chakra. You are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. You are motivated, persistent, and successful. You wholeheartedly believe in yourself. You can accomplish incredible things. You confidently welcome new experiences. You are capable and strong. You radiate confidence and positivity. You are aligned with your purpose. You are at your highest and most authentic self. You are enough just as you are. You have the confidence and power to take big leaps. You confidently and fearlessly believe in yourself. You are pure, positive energy. You are worthy, strong, powerful, courageous, and always enough. You are radiant, beautiful, and thriving. Strength and courage. You are equipped with all the tools you need to succeed. Your soul is radiant. Your body is strong, and your mind is brilliant. You are fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. You have courage and confidence to accept your dreams as reality. You know that where focus goes, energy goes, so you will focus on confidence, success, and prosperity. You love and accept yourself for exactly the person you are right now. You are the only one who can determine your self-worth. Nobody else determines that. You are aligned with guiding principles, and the guiding principles you are aligned with are yours, your principles, your values, and your purpose, and they are in alignment with spirit. You are worthy of respect from others and yourself. You stand in the joy you create from within. Now, I just want to point something out here. Whenever you think about what gets us down, why is it that we need these affirmations? Why is it that, we can start out the day being so built up and feeling so wonderful, and then we go out and we interact with a few people and we come home feeling really down, and guilty, and, well, probably because you interacted with just about anybody. There are, well, I would say 99% of the people in this world that you interact with, they're not being responsible like you are right now. What you're doing right now is a responsible thing. You're cleaning up your chakras. In the future, parents, instead of asking their children if they clean their room, they're going to ask them, have you cleared your chakras today? I've been away for almost a month now from the city where I normally live, and I'm getting ready to go back. And I'll be interacting with old friends and old people. And I plan to tell them, if anyone wants to come over or asks to come over, I'm going to tell them that as long as they're okay with me clearing their chakras before they come in the room and burning a little Palo Santo, I'll be okay with it. And I'm, from now on, my close friends who ask to be in my company, if someone is asking to come visit me or be in my company, I'm going to set boundaries and conditions. And they are that they have to sit there for 5 minutes while I clear their chakras before we interact. And if they don't like it, they don't get to come over. Because that's my personal space. Obviously, I'm not going to be like that if I'm out in public or at work or anything, because that's not fair. But if someone is asking to come over, to come into my personal space, I've decided from now on that I'm going to require them to be responsible about their energy. And if they think it's hocus pocus, they don't get to come over. That's my new boundary. And that's something I've decided. And it's because I find that just interacting with people that, that you interact with on a daily basis, family, and friends and colleagues and whatever governing bodies you have to deal with for whatever your profession is. Holy moly, the negative energy that comes off them. It's enough. It's enough. It's just about enough that we can take. So I do think that what you're doing right now is very responsible. What you're doing right now is you're getting rid of any muck that whoever mucked you up today, anyone that, you come out of the interacting with them and they've made you feel down. Now, they probably didn't do it deliberately at all, but it's because they haven't cleaned up their muck. So whatever, was said between you, it triggers something in people. And, now there are people, I think there's a healthy balance between this and your throat chakra. I've challenged people before. I do it probably about once every month. I'll challenge somebody, but it's when they haven't given me a truth. And I know my intuition is screaming for it. I will say, hey, I'd like to have the truth now, please, But, the thing is, when you are in your own space, if you're wondering, well, why don't I feel good right now? In all likelihood, it's because someone mucked up your energy, So why is it important to do these affirmations? So that you don't pass your pain along. Because the reason why we're doing this right now is because other people have mucked up our energy. So in clearing our chakras, what we're doing is realigning everything so we can be clear. But don't be discouraged if you get up tomorrow and you go out and you start out feeling like this, feeling good, like you do right now. And after one or two interactions with people, you start feeling horrible again, guilty, and it's okay, because it's normal, because 99% of the population do not do what you're doing right now. They just pass along their muck. Now, should you try to change anyone else? No. You can suggest it, but if it's unlikely that they're on a journey, normally people have to be already beyond this journey. You'll know, you guys know what I'm talking about anyway. You'll know when people have started their journey that they'll be slightly interested in this. If they're nibbling at it, that's a good time to suggest it to people. Otherwise, I'm going to suggest to you, if you're still listening to this, we're 25 minutes into this meditation. If you have been listening to this whole thing, in my humble opinion, you are extremely far along on your journey. And you owe it to yourself, to your soul development, and wherever you are in your, I do believe in past lives, and you've probably had a number of past lives. So you're doing important soul work. In order for you to help people, in order for you to fulfill your purpose here, it is your responsibility not to fall backwards. So that does mean setting boundaries. It does mean not wasting time trying to change people that you know, you could spend 45 years trying to change someone and you might get some progress, but that's not your life purpose. It's okay for you to do what you're doing right now, which is to align yourself with people who are vibrating at the same energy and on this. And I'm getting an extremely loud ringing in the back of my head. It's not even in my ears, so I know that spirit is agreeing. Spiritual nod. Oh my God, we better hurry up. Okay. We're only on the heart chakra. Moving up to the heart chakra, which vibrates at 639 hertz. Do you know that I can't find my Sanskrit name for heart chakra? Just a moment now. There's the throat. There's the third eye. There's the crown. Well, we'll have to find that for tomorrow night. Sorry, guys. Okay, well, let's just do the affirmations. All right. Well, who knew? First affirmation, you are love. You are peaceful and calm. You radiate pure love, light, and positivity. You choose to be kind to yourself and love yourself unconditionally. You are aligned with the highest frequency of love. You fully love and embrace who you are as you continue to grow. Your heart is open, loving, and pure. You choose connection over separation. You choose connection over division. You choose compassion over judgment. You give and receive love effortlessly and unconditionally. There's a flow of giving and receiving. You are worthy of praise, adoration, and unconditional love. You are always deserving of love. You always vibrate at a positive, loving energy, and you attract this same energy in return. Attract, not retract. You are a beacon of love and compassion. You are able to live in love. You lead with love. You are kind, generous, and compassionate. You love and accept yourself for exactly who you are right now. You allow yourself to accept and receive love from yourself and others. You show compassion for yourself, always. Now that's a really important one, guys. I'm going to tell you something right now, and I can't believe that I'm saying it because it sounds a little bit psycho, but I remember once I was trying to quit smoking, and I was so angry with myself because I cheated. And the next morning, it was because I think it had something, I mean, apart from the fact that it's unhealthy, I didn't like the way my clothes were smelling and my furniture. And this is a very long time ago, by the way, because I still smoke every now and then. It's really not a good thing to do. But anyhow, so the next day I was so angry with myself for cheating. I was punching myself as I was making my bed. And then I had to stop. I had to stop myself. And I realized, wow, I have to give myself a break. I'll never forget that, because every time I'm trying to explain to somebody this is why I use this commercial, the old Kit Kat commercial. I don't know if anyone remembers it. Give yourself a break. And it was a fantastic commercial. But anyway, the person would be at work and they would open up the drawer and there would be a little Kit Kat bar there. And the jingle went, it was a tick-tack, tick-tack. There was clicking in the jingle. It was mostly a little chant, but it was give yourself a break today. Now, it is an excellent mantra, though, for the heart chakra, to love yourself. People say, I don't want to love myself. I don't want to think people think, oh, well, you're a narcissist. No. You know what we're talking about here. In fact, narcissists don't love themselves. They don't even know who they are. Narcissists need a lot of love. But anyway, that's another thing that you don't have time on this journey to deal with. Let other people deal with them. There are a lot of loving people out there who will help the narcissists, but narcissist, that is a very difficult word to say, especially if you pluralize it. Anyway, you get the idea. Loving yourself, again, that word love, we associate with all this ooey gooey stuff. If we could just associate it with being kind to yourself and acknowledging that every feeling that you have is valid and understandable. As Madonna used to say, love is understanding. Jesus said that too. Anyway, you get the idea. So having compassion for yourself is doing the opposite of what I was doing when I was punching myself, because I was mad at myself for smoking. Anyway, all right, let's continue. I'm at peace with my past. I am in love with my present. Everybody makes mistakes. If you think that you've made a mistake that's too big to be forgiven, think again. Think again. I was going to mention some pretty horrible things that Moses did during his lifetime. And I mean, he was an incredibly amazing character, even if we have 50% of what he did mixed up historically. I believe he existed for sure. We know that Jesus definitely existed, and it is highly likely that Moses did as well. We may have a lot of things exaggerated, but there are, for example, the Red Sea story. I don't know if you heard. If you're a new subscriber, you probably didn't hear a reading that I did probably about a year and a half. I was describing the Eight of Cups, the man who looks like Moses, who's walking through some water. And Arthur Edward Wade is said to have likened it to Moses when he parted the Red Sea. Well, there was a volcano. There are scientists in the United States who believe that what actually happened was what's called a wind set down, which can actually cause this phenomenon. It's a scientific phenomenon that can cause a sea literally to be parted. And there is evidence of a volcanic eruption near exactly where Moses was at the time. and when he was leading the Israelites, he was trying to free them from Egypt. But anyway, and they were being chased. But anyway, the thing is, Moses was incredible, and he actually murdered somebody. They say that he murdered someone. He didn't do it on purpose, but he was defending a prisoner who was being beaten by soldiers, and so he got into a kerfuffle with one of the soldiers, ended up killing him, and that's why he fled. That is why he disappeared for almost 40 years, because he was worried that he was going to get charged with murder. My point is, no matter what you've done, nobody has lived a life free of mistakes. So you have to start by forgiving yourself for everything, and I mean everything in your past, and wipe that slate clean. And if you can do that, if you can do that, then you have everything that it takes to move forward, But you've got to, it starts with forgiving yourself and getting right with yourself, and showing compassion and understanding toward yourself, because then you see you don't need it in others. As long as you're right with yourself, because that's spirit. You are spirit. Spirit is within you. Then, away you go. Then you will truly not need the approval of others. You don't need to know what somebody else thinks you look like, or if you look fat in this or thin in that. You don't need to know that. It doesn't matter. If you think of some of the most popular actors today, Timothy Chalamet, for example, who I think he's very attractive, and other people say, what? It is really what's inside somebody. It's what's inside you that makes you, and the less you focus on what, dominant ideology or the majority, think looks good, the less you care, the more attractive you'll become, really. And that kind of attractiveness is something that cannot be duplicated by anybody else, no matter what people do to copy or imitate you. So, but it all starts with loving yourself, liking yourself, forgiving yourself, having compassion for yourself. It's difficult to do. I know it's challenging sometimes, because if there are people around you that you really respect, for example, if you really have a lot of respect for your parents, it's very challenging to stop caring what they think. But let me tell you something, it's necessary. All right? If you want to be successful, you have got to stop placing importance on what anybody else thinks. Anybody. To thine own self be true. All right? The heck with everyone else. Now, you might choose to just be at peace with everyone around you. Don't get into a racket with them and say, I don't care what you think. Just say, oh, is that right? Thanks so much, Mom or Dad, for telling me that. I'll take that. I'll try to change that. And then in the back of your mind, you go, all right, I'll do whatever I want to do. But don't say that to them. Sometimes it's not worth picking fights with people. You just be at peace with these people. And then what you do is, at the end of the day, you figure out, now, who makes me feel good? And who makes me feel crappy when I leave their company? Sit down and write out the list of people that make you feel crappy. And say to yourself, which of these people are necessary for me to be interacting with? Because obviously if you have a 13-year-old child who makes you feel crappy, you have another couple of years to go, okay? unless you can get your whoever the other parent is to take them in, and I encourage you to do that if that's possible, because I think all you really need is one good parent. I went to school with a lot of really wonderful people who were raised by single parents. In fact, I think they turn out to be more successful and happier. But anyway, I digress. We better move up to the throat chakra. Jesus, mine never clear. Okay, so the Sanskrit name for the throat chakra is Vishuddha. Vishuddha. And it means especially pure or purest. Its location is the throat or the center of the neck. It is a light blue color. I like to call it baby blue. So here are some of the gemstones that are associated with it. Turquoise, sodalite, believe it or not, aquamarine, lapis lazuli, blue topaz, blue lace agate, or blue lace agate. I've heard people pronouncing it both ways. This vibrates at 741 hertz. And I'm going to feed you with some affirmations now. My voice matters. I am able to calmly and effectively speak my truth. I'm going to turn it into you now. I'm going to use the you to address you. You express yourself clearly and openly. You speak with calm, clarity, and confidence. That should be you speak calmly, clearly, and confidently. Anyway, or you speak with calmness, clarity, and confidence. You find creative ways to communicate your self-expression. You carry yourself with integrity. You embrace silence, and you know a deep inner peace. This is an important one. You choose authenticity over perfection. You know that it is safe for you to speak your truth. Your voice, your words, your ideas, and your presence are all important, and boy, do they matter. And the world needs the magic that exists inside of you. We are now moving up to the third eye chakra. Now, the Sanskrit name for this, I really don't think I'm going to pronounce this properly, but it's Ajna. It could be Ajna or Ajna. Anyway, it means beyond wisdom. It can also be translated as perceive or command, which is interesting. Azana Keithley says that she thinks it's located at the center of the forehead between your eyebrows. I feel like it's inside your head in that area, but anyway. She says the color is indigo. I think it's a very, very dark navy blue. That could be the same color. She says that it's associated with your brain, your eyes, your nervous system, and your forehead. Okay. Anyway, here are the gemstones. Lapis lazuli, opal, amethyst, sodalite as well, azurite, sapphire. This is just a few. And one of the essential oils is cedarwood. I love cedarwood. There's a bunch of them here: pine, lemon, rosemary, juniper, basil, frankincense, but cedarwood is probably the yummiest one. So this, you'll hear me when I'm doing my readings, especially when I do the lives and I'm trying to tap into somebody's energy. You'll hear me putting on a pure tone. I'm actually going to play you what 852 hertz pure tone sounds like. Are you getting sleepy? Are you getting very, very sleepy? You're getting very, very sleepy. We're looking for an 852 hertz pure tone frequency. What you're about to hear is not all that calming, but I want you to know how high up this frequency is. So that's the frequency. Believe it or not, when I'm doing my personals, when I'm recording them for people, this is the frequency that helps me tune into their people. So love motives have a cute little background meditation here for, well, it's meditation music for telepathy and astral projection. And that's it right there. It's really beautiful. So maybe we'll leave that on for the remaining of the meditation. So I'm going to feed you some affirmations. I am insightful, intuitive, and imaginative. I'm going to turn this now toward you. Your mind is strong, open, and clear. You see and think clearly. You are aligned with your highest and most authentic self. Just going to turn the music down a little. There we go. It's funny because it seems like everything is so loud right now. All right. You honor your inner knowing and you trust your path. You trust the signs and synchronicities that show up in your daily life. You are in alignment with your purpose. You are releasing doubt and welcoming faith. All that you seek, you find within you. You trust your intuition to guide you and make good decisions. You surrender control and allow the universe's loving presence to guide you. You honor your inner knowing and you trust your path. You are aligned with your highest and most authentic self. You are becoming very, very sleepy. You are becoming very sleepy. You are going to have a very deep sleep tonight. While you're sleeping, all of the things that you wish to have manifest in your life, in the 3D, they will all come into being right before your eyes. Good and wonderful things will happen tomorrow. You will be manifesting all of these things. You will attract high vibrational people into your life. You will attract miracles into your life. You will attract money into your life and things that make you smile and make you feel good. Everything around you will be vibrating at a positive frequency tomorrow. You will have a protective dome around you. It is a vibrational frequency filled with all of your spirit guides and angels who will put up powerful protection. Anyone who is not having good intentions toward you, they will be pushed away by these angels. You are protected. You are always protected. You are aligned so that good things come your way. Divine timing, good timing, luck, synchronicities. You are aligned with the God frequency. Your intuition will tell you exactly what to do in order to manifest everything that you want. You're becoming very, very sleepy. You don't even know why you're becoming sleepy, but you are becoming extremely tired, sleepy, but you feel good falling asleep right now. So let's look at the crown chakra. The crown chakra vibrates at 963 hertz. What's cute is the Sanskrit name for this chakra means 1,000-petaled. Sometimes when you do the other guided meditations to clear your chakras, you'll hear them asking you to picture a lotus flower. And that's because when I talk about fans, I don't know, I'm really now going to go off on a tangent now. Tomorrow, when you get a chance, or the next time you get a free moment, just Google rosette and Google Milky Way, Google physicist and Einstein. And what you're going to see, if you Google all those words together or something like it, there was a physicist who, I think it was in early 2020, or it could have been early 2021, he had just proven, he was looking at a part of Einstein's theory about whether or not we were orbiting the Milky Way, the stars were orbiting the Milky Way. And so he was focusing on a particular star. And he had managed to track the orbit of the star around the Milky Way. And it was this gorgeous rosette pattern. And it reminded me of how intricate these chakras get as you go up. So isn't it interesting that the crown chakra is the 1,000-petaled chakra? Anyway. So Zana Keithley says the color of this one is violet. So I agree with her on that. It's kind of a mauve violet color. Gemstones, she has diamond, moonstone, sapphire, clear quartz, selenite, and amethyst. Yeah, and the essential oil that she has for this one is lavender. Frankincense is another one. So, guys, to end off our meditation tonight, oh my goodness, we went almost an hour. I'm going to feed you some crown chakra affirmations. You are pure, beautiful, radiant light. You are divinely protected, inspired, and guided by the universe. You surrender to the loving will of the universe. You are aligned with purpose and truth. You are always divinely and lovingly guided. You release the need to control your life, and you surrender to a higher power. You always gently hold the universe in your heart and in your mind, and you are lovingly guided by this universe. You release doubt and you welcome faith. Every day you feel more connected to spirit. You openly accept spiritual guidance from a higher power. You are love, you are light, and you are connected to all. So everyone, I just want to thank you so much for being with us tonight. I just found the era of Vedic Sanskrit. It is around about 1500 BCE, so 1500 to 600 BCE. So that is before Common Era. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is the language that it later became, well, I believe that Hebrew and Arabic, the Hebrew and Arabic languages evolved from Sanskrit. Because I'm remembering that a text, remember the magician tarot card, that character, the magician, is fashioned after Hermes Trismegistus, who we believe lived, well, some people believe he was a contemporary of Moses. So we're talking somewhere around 1500 BCE. And he wrote a book, this is no joke, he wrote a book of magic spells. This book of magic spells was in that language that they were using in Egypt in 1500 BCE, and I believe that it must have been Sanskrit. We actually have a translation of it. It was translated from ancient Greek to Hebrew to Arabic. So it's been through a couple of translations, but there is that translated version exists. I don't know which museum it's in now, but if you wiki Hermes Trismegistus, somewhere there they will mention the Book of Magic Spells, and if you follow along with that, you'll see on the internet there's a photograph of the translation of Hermes Trismegistus's Book of Magic Spells. Now, these magic spells really were potions and things that you could make from wild plants, herbs, and he made medicines. They called him the best natural healer there ever was. So he must have been a pretty cool guy, Hermes Trismegistus. So the next time you see the magician card, that's him. Anyway, you're getting very, very sleepy. You've activated and cleared all your chakras now, and they're all beautifully aligned. You're going to have a wonderful deep sleep tonight. I think we should do one breathing exercise before we sign off. Just empty your lungs. Fill them up. Hold it for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty your lungs again. Guys, thank you so much for wonderful night. I'm sending you